Hello everyone, welcome back to another, Anyway, on today's video, we're going to be showcasing some of the items you can use for the clan event for point farming. I'm going to show you the best ones and how useful they really can be. So, I'm sorry guys, I'm going to have to remove some of the giant rocks so I can provide an example. Don't die because I'm doing this. Like, it's fine. Here, I'll put some Doge plushies in here so it's extra cancer inducing. And we'll even put a zombie Doge in there. And a couple zombie clowns. Alright, here we go. Now I'm feeling right at home. This is my home. Alright. I will be starting with some of the common items that you guys probably will have. Starting with the Eternal Journey. This is a 100 point farm. It's pretty good with the points. I believe it's 7 every whatever. I forget. I will show an example with some conveyors. I will get the storage conveyors, if I can spell correctly. Just place some of these down. And let's get some atomium mines going. So basically how the Eternal Journey works, it's not good. It's pretty garbage. It basically just accepts one ore that it's processing. However, it's pretty decent for points. Like if you have some of these, this is something that you would probably find pretty viable. Like we'll just wait. I know this is a fairly extreme example because I'm using a very lot of atomium mines. But let's see how many points it gives from how 448. That's pretty good. And it pretty much updates like every 30 seconds or so with the points. So around 400 a second isn't, or not a second. If it was a second, I'd be rich in points, but it's fairly good. Another one is the Eternal Fracture. These ones you would have to use in a standing sort of position. If you can place glitch them. I'd recommend place glitching them if it's going to be your full setup, but if you're using like Spitfires on another part, I feel like just leaving them the same is fine. It gives 10 points per, I'm not sure, but it's not a very big amount that it gives 10 points for, so I think Eternal Fracture is actually better than the Eternal Journey in some ways. It might be. See, it's giving 10 points very frequently. Yeah, it seems like it's giving 10 points every 10 ore. Yeah, it is. So this is
I like babies.
This is technically just as good as a Thingamajig. So, if you got many of these, you know what to do. However, the only reason it's not as good as a Thingamajig is because you can't really place them well in here. See? So 20 points. Another good one is the Sakura Garden. Not only is this a good furnace, just in general, but it's also a very good point furnace. And here's an example. Every 5 ores is usually 5 points. It's not 5 points now. Alright, there's a critter in the way. Let me just fix that. Oh, it doesn't seem to be as good as I once thought it was. It's fairly okay. You probably want to use it. However, the real yummy yum in this, dem thingamajigs, the thingamagobagigs. These are usually the things you want to use if you're thinking about point farming and just leaving your computer open for 48 hours while you get points. You know, so get some of your fast mines, you know. Here's a very slow mine. We'll just put that there. It might do something like clog, but you know, it's fine. It doesn't shoot that fast. I mean, you know that the giant rocks are really my point farm, like let's be honest, but they only work for me, of course, so And I even got the Spooky Research Center, which is an old collectible. Back in the day, this was the best way to point farm. And it looks pretty cool as well. However, it's not very good nowadays. Wow, I actually did a double there. So, this is not nearly as good as the other items I showed you, but it's pretty decent. There's a likeliness, though, that you don't have this, considering it is fairly old. You know, 10 points every 30 ore, it's pretty decent. However, it's probably not the most viable one. You know, 10 points per 10 ore sounds a bit better, in my opinion. And then, you know, same thing with this one. And who could just not like that noise? So let me provide an example. Usually when you're point farming, you want to get a couple Thingamajigs going. If you have them, that is. With some place glitched Spitfire Iron Mines. In this example, I will not have them place glitched. And then, after that, you'll want some of the Eternal Fractures. This is only going to be for people who are very advanced. And then, you want to have your entire base be placed with these. And with some Newtonium Mines. You probably don't want to place glitch them. Oh! Woohoo! I almost forgot something. I almost forgot the candy bag. There is a decent chance you guys have this item. The candy bag is also very good. It gives 50 points per not a whole lot of ores. I think it's 50 points per 50 ore. I'm not sure if it has something to do with the amount of pumpkins you collect that change it or not, but I have to warn something. You probably want to remove this before you leave the server after point farming if you're using them in large numbers, because chances are they won't work when you first join a server. And that is because they will be set to 0 after that. Sort of how the Anguish works, where it's very terrible once you had it placed already. And it's set to only like 10,000 times or something. So, I have a lot of these candy bags. So, these are very, very good in large numbers. So, in other words, use them in large numbers. And you'll be good.
But what if you don't have a lot?
Anyway, you should use the candy bags if you have them, use the Thingamajigs if you have them, and the Eternal Fractures. These three are the best ones for point farming. So, in other words, spam your base with them. And don't forget about the Giant Rock. You have to have at least one in there. And even in my point farm, I unironically had one in there somewhere. So, if you have one of these, you're pretty much set to win. Like, no question. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be seeing you all in the very next Retail Tycoon thing guy.